This video was brought to you by Knafsale.com. This website is for knife lovers everywhere. Anyone in the world can buy or sell knives here on a truly customized platform made for people like us, man. When I listed knives, they asked what the blade steel was, and you get choices right there. They ask you what the scales are made out of, and you got choices right there. The point where I knew that this was made by a knife lover, when I had to select what brand the knife was, and all the brands we know and love were on there. Secure payments and safe shipping. You get tracking for literally everything. When you get paid, when something was sold, when the money is on the way. You get insurance as well, dude. There's a rating system, and if you have a good track record, you're actually eligible for giveaways, which they will do in the future. Lastly, the customer service is done by real people. I know this because I have been working with Knafsale.com daily, and they get back to me really quick. Forget eBay, forget all these other sites, head on over to Knafsale.com, where EDC folks buy and sell their knives. This video was brought to you by Asia The Amazing Outdoors. Located in Woodridge, New York, you can enjoy the amazing outdoors in the Catskills. There's camping, ATV rentals, ATV riding lessons, guided ATV tours, and much more. Give them a follow on Instagram and shoot them a DM for inquiry. Or you can email them at asianewyork@gmail.com. Like this part right now, so it is recording, but I always say this in the past couple of episodes, I'm not sure why this service sometimes will not show our faces. Like it'll just be this background.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna include this part. Sometimes it turns out funny and people like it, but I guess we'll start the show right now.
Okay, for sure.
Yo, what is good? It's your boy Ray, and this is the Everyday City Carry. And today I have a special guest. I got Ron Kwok on the show. How's it going, buddy?
Yo, what's up, Ray? How's it going, y'all? How you doing?
Chilling right now, chilling. Before we start, I'm going to shout out the sponsor, Prime Hydration. We got Logan Paul money now, bro. I am just kidding. I actually just drank this.
Okay. First reactions. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. I like it, man.
Okay.
Logan Paul did a good job.
Are you in your prime now? Boom.
I know, right? I'm gonna be 42 in January.
Yo, that's great, man.
Yeah, Asian.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm 33. I'm 33. So
it's funny actually that we're talking about age and Asian don't raisin, because I watched the EDC collab group, the last videos we did with my wife, right? And you know, of course, she's like, "Yo, Brandon is fucking crazy, right? Yeah, Everyday Minimalist is just so insane." And we get to your video, bro, and she goes like, "This motherfucker cute, yo."
Oh, dude.
And then we're on a live show. You know, my wife does a live show with me on Monday nights, and Everyday Minimalist comes in to chill in there. And you know, we were talking about, I was like, yo, Ron Kwok is good looking. And I quote, Everyday Minimalist says, Ron Kwok is good looking as fuck.
Yes. I'm glad I got some buy-in. Thank you. My wife would appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I wanted to get you on here, one, because I try to get this EDC Asian connection going. Of course, there's not a lot of us. And you are a content creator and you have good content, you know?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yo, definitely. How did you get started in the gear hobby anyway?
So I've always been a gearhead at heart. So whatever I do, whether it's like, I think it was snowboarding was the real like first time I really got into, like, when I get into snowboarding or anything like a hobby, I want to get everything set up. I want to make sure I do my research, figure out how do I accomplish this A to Z. You know, snowboarding, I need the boots, the bindings, the boards, the apparel, everything that'll keep me like geared up and prepared. So I kind of took that mindset and kind of ran with it. And then, you know, come pandemic, we're all locked down, we're bored as hell, we don't know what to do. So I was like, you know what, I've always wanted to get in front of the camera, kind of work this out. So I just thought to myself, what do I do every day in terms of like gear and preparation? And I just look down and I see my wallet, my keys, my knife, stuff like that. And back then, you know, I did my research on, you know, the pedestrian stuff, but I didn't go deep, you know, the rabbit hole EDC, you know, we've all kind of tunneled through that. So I just took that and I started thinking about it and got in front of the camera, something to talk about. And then the rest is history, really.
It's crazy because I know you have this minimal philosophy, right? When it comes to EDC, but like, can minimalism be truly achieved in EDC gear because we out here collecting mad
Yeah.
shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Outward
like,
facing is minimal, but inside we're hoarders.
yeah, like we have pocket art. We have like just, I mean, you know, I watched some of your videos today. I always like to watch tape on all my guests. And you definitely have like, you know, that live with purpose attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has its purpose. And there's not a lot of I only have this because it's dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
man. Honestly, like I always tell people this, you know, there's a lot of pushback for reviewers like me from the use your shit crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah, yeah.
just like, I use my shit too, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go to Central Park and start a fire or
Right,
like go
right.
bushcrafting because I'm gonna get tackled by the police and be on the news probably. So, you know, so it's
Well,
like,
here's the thing.
yeah,
Live with purpose, right? So when I approached this like EDC world and starting YouTube and all that, I thought like, what's the one thing that's gonna tie everything together? Because there's gonna be people who are very passionate about knives. We both know that. There's gonna be people who are passionate about their backpack slings, right? Like for example, Brandon over at EDM, he doesn't talk about bags all that much, right?
yeah,
Because his thing is knives, right? That's his expertise. So there's always gonna be a thing for somebody. But when you're talking about pocket art, things that just look dope and there's no other purpose, well, the thing is, people who collect that stuff, that's their purpose. They want cool shit,
facts.
right? So that's my thing. Like, if we're gonna rewind it back to use your shit, well, if you're using it because you like it, you want that in your pocket, it makes you feel good, then you're using it, man. Like, I can't,
Hmm.
I respect that, right? Like, I've tried to do like challenge coins and have pocket art here and there. And to me, it's like on the one hand, yeah, I won't be able to open a beer can with it or like a beer bottle with it, but at the same time, like it's cool. It's cool to look at. It's cool to fidget with, and that's all the purpose it needs to serve.
That's what I'm saying. If it gives you joy, right? Like it's fine. You know, I think about it like this, especially from someone who lives in New York City. It's very hard to carry here.
Hmm.
Um, I can't even necessarily think of my EDC in the terms that you do, for example, where you have kits in your pack and all that. And the
Hmm.
reason why I always advise against this in New York City, because every end of the month, bro, when you take that subway, there's gonna be that, you know, search your
Yeah.
bag type station, you know, to meet the
Oh
quota,
man.
and they're gonna
Yeah, yeah,
open
yeah,
your bag. And even though everything complies with the law, you're gonna be delayed for 30 to 45
yeah,
minutes. What is this? What is it? Why do you need this multi-tool? Why do you need this wrench? Like,
yeah.
so in New York City, I always advise against it unless you're like some type of maintenance man kind of person.
It's your profession.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
you know, I guess even me, I have more of a reason because I'm like, dude, look at my YouTube. This is what I
Yeah,
do for a living.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Your
yeah,
wheelhouse.
I
Yeah.
always advise against it. I carry in pocket all my knives. I don't
Mm.
use the pocket clip, and I always like to say this: like, I treat collecting knives almost the same as collecting like manga or pop
Yeah,
figures or
yeah.
DVDs or anything like that. It can be like your reason for being in the hobby could be the joy you get from getting these items.
Oh yeah,
Sneakers, for example, it's the
yeah.
same thing. Like you're
That's
not
true.
wearing all of them,
Right,
but you want
right.
those dunks, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Air Jordan 1s, those are me, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I have if you're talking about using shoes, you got a pair of shoes. Why do you need a
yeah,
second, a third, a fourth,
yep,
right?
yep.
But here we are, right? So
So how did you get oh, so you talked about how you got into YouTube. It was through the pandemic, like you were just
yeah.
trying to figure out something to do.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So first video I posted, super cringy. Please don't pull it up. But it was 2019. I think it was July was when
Hmm.
I posted the first one. And then, like I kind of that was before pandemic and that was kind of just me experimenting and then just, with that everyday life, it was just kind of like, I'll post like once a week and then it turned
Yeah.
into once a month and then it turned into falling off. And then the pandemic happened. I was like, okay, now I really have no excuse. Let's do something. And then from there, I just started posting consistently. And then I got my first like 50 subscribers. I was hyped. And then from then on, it was just like keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah.
That's an awesome story, man. Actually, like for my channel, it's crazy because I started 5 years ago and it
Hmm.
nothing really happened for me
Hmm.
until 15 weeks ago. And I know we're in that EDC collab group
Yeah.
chat, which I adore that chat so much, bro, because to have like-minded people trying to achieve the same thing and sharing ideas and seeing what works for you,
Yep.
you can't put a price on it. Like I'm in a
Yeah.
bunch of other group chats where I don't receive that kind of camaraderie because
Hmm.
I'm not knocking those chats, but it's like we're just not in pursuit of the same thing, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um, Oh,
No, I
fuck,
feel
where's
you there. Like
yeah.
with the collab chat, like I think it was Randy McMorlander that he
Yeah,
hit me up. He was the mastermind, and he hit
he's
me up and he was
awesome.
like, you want to join this thing we're doing? And at that time, I was a small creator. I mean, I'm still a small creator. I think if you're looking at the numbers right now, I think you're at like 10K.
I'm
And you're
about to hit 10. I'm like 1,400 away. But when
excellent,
we
excellent.
first met, I was at 3,900. That was like
Okay, yeah, yeah,
15 weeks
right. And
ago.
so for me, I was under 10. I just got to like 11 now.
Yeah.
And then just in the greater perspective of it though, all these big hitters, right? Like I think Accessorize Me was already in there.
Oh
I
my
think
God. Yeah.
right. And Randy himself, he has like a lot of following. And then all the other
Hmm.
people in the EDC, they all are bigger than me. So I was just
Yeah.
like, what are you hitting me up for? Like I'm just
I
over
feel
here
the
like
same way,
tinkering with my
bro.
toys.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was it was crazy because like I've had this podcast going for quite a while, and I had some of the biggest names in knife YouTube: Nick Shabazz, Metal Complex, Neves
Okay.
Knives. These guys that are just over 100,000
Yeah.
followers. Repeat guests just come on the show like maybe 3 or 4 times and still do. And I'm just like, why do these guys keep fucking with me? And like I have shit numbers. And eventually they were like, yo, you're just cool to talk to. You're doing something different. At that time, I think there was only 2 video podcasts available on YouTube. It was just me and Knife Junkie.
Yeah.
But my problem has always been distribution. Like
Mm,
I kept trying to do too many different things. Like
I
I
see.
would do vlogs on the channel, I would do podcasts on the channel, I would do all this. And then shorts came around and I was like crushing it on TikTok, right? And I
Yeah.
was like, let me do the same thing on YouTube Shorts and just post the same 4 videos a day
Mhm.
on YouTube, IG, and TikTok, and like
Yeah.
everything started happening. I quit my job, and then that was really fucking scary, bro, because I was
Yeah.
making zero money.
Congrats on full time, by the
Yeah,
way.
I was zero money until
Yeah.
about like 2 weeks ago.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Well, I was getting some money from commission checks from Blade
Yeah.
Ops because they send me a bunch of stuff, and then I just, they send me a return label, and I get, I don't know, like 4K worth of stuff, and then I just like make content on it for 3 weeks, and then they make money, I make
Mhm.
commission.
Mhm.
But then the brand started knocking 2 weeks ago, and then I'm scared of fucking taxes now, bro, because your boy's stacking the Gouda like this, the
Yeah,
cheddar.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah.
no, no, I'm
Dude,
just kidding.
just set aside like
Yeah,
18%. Like, no
yeah.
matter what you make, just set it aside, don't touch it. And
By the
then
way,
like,
guys, I'm still poor. Like that's it's only been 2 weeks.
oh, we didn't
But
say we were rich. We didn't
yeah,
say
yeah. But
we're making
my wife is
positive.
paying. My
We're
wife is
above
still
water.
paying all the bills. Like
Yeah.
the way that we do it now, and this is interesting because you're married too.
Mhm.
The structure that we do with the finances is like my wife works in the medical field, so she takes care of like the bills that come, rent, electricity, things like that, and then
Yeah.
like whatever debt we accumulate, like whatever I make as a content creator, I just pay that debt. And
Yeah.
it's a good system because she's stable. She's getting this cheddar like every 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And with
Nice.
me, you
Good on
never
her.
know if that money is
Mhm.
going to be there next month, if the advertisers sign on again and all that. How has
Yeah.
that
No, that's
experience
good.
been for you, by the way? Do brands like reach out to you and just email you, or like how does it work for your
So
channel?
primarily, that's how I got started in brand sponsorships. Like I just was doing my own thing, kind of isolated and just making videos. And then I think it was, I think it was a year in. No, it was like 6 months in. Like this random Chinese manufacturer on Amazon like reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to try this portable charging bank? We'll send it to you for free."
Oh,
And that was like validation for me because at that point I wasn't even thinking. I was like, I got to get to 10K to even get considered for working with brands and this and that. So
hmm.
I was just like, I put my head down, I was hustling, but they sent it out and I was like, oh my God, like people are actually willing to work with me and use my platform as like a place. So I was super surprised. And from then on, I think primarily it was just emails coming in and then me responding to the ones that I feel were relevant to my audience and my channel. And then just recently I started doing more outbound sales just because when you said full time, I'm actually going full time as well.
Oh, dude, it's awesome, yo. I think Brandon just went full time too.
Yeah,
It was like because
I
you know
think
what
so.
it is, man. Like I have friends that just do knife reviews, and they're making like 6 figures, bro. And it's not like they're not even doing. They're doing the simplest style, like
Mm,
tabletop, some B-roll. They're not doing what Brandon's doing, you know, like a ton of stuff, and they're making so much money.
yeah.
Like So I'm like, okay, you know, maybe if I put all my eggs in this basket, like something will happen. And
Yeah.
fortunately enough, like things are starting to happen.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that you can just play with EDC gear, bags, wallets, and shit,
That's
and like make a
2022, man.
living, bro.
That's the
It's
world we live
awesome.
in. And it's not
Yeah.
just EDC. You could do whatever you want. Like,
Anything.
yeah, like that's why that's a beauty of, like you said earlier, the EDC collab group, because at the heart of it, it's not even like a group that talks hardcore everyday carry. It's a group of creatives. You know,
Yes,
it's
exactly.
people who are leveraging what they like, what they can do, and just going into world and making that happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, gone are the days where you got to get a degree, you know, spend 4 years, get into that debt, and get to a corporate job and work there for 50 years, and you're done. You know, like you can do
Yeah.
anything now.
My girl's actually, you know, dude, my girl's dream is just, she's like a Southern, you know, girl from fucking North Carolina, just wants to
Nice.
have kids is like the goal, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And me, you know, I always thought I was going to be this like grifter type uncle that
Mhm.
like, you know, the kids are like, man, Uncle Ray is so cool. Like, and I just have a different girl. I got married and
Yeah,
she, you know, she's like, man, he's like, if my kid doesn't know, she does what she said. If our kid doesn't know what they want to study in college, I ain't gonna send them. I'm just gonna have them like take a trade or something instead
yeah.
and learn that, because at
Mhm,
least like you will have a job in that. Like trade work is
mhm.
like so sought after right now in
Yeah,
comparison to like getting a degree in, you know, general studies or business or something, and then you're like just trying so hard to find a job. It's like
yeah.
really, really insane, and you're in all this debt too. You
Mhm,
know, I mean, my girl
mhm.
has a degree in fucking acting, bro. She's a theater major, never used it,
Oh,
never
that's
used it
awesome, man. Yeah,
once, bro. She
yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah.
you know, working in the medical field. She was a personal trainer at Equinox before that.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, she worked at PetSmart for 19 years, was getting paid a shitload of money for assistant manager in that, but never used that acting degree
Right,
in
right, right, right.
college.
I mean, same. Like, I studied architecture, and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's relevant a little bit because of the creative aspect of it. You know, like I mocked
Mhm.
up designs and posters, and so the graphics were part of it. Like I've incorporated that into my videos with like the lower thirds and I guess the
Yeah.
design eye when I'm taking photos. But that, other than that, like I didn't use it either. And it's just like I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like you just kind of have to pursue what works in the moment, because then you know it's opportunity, it's luck, it's circumstance, it's also like what's trending, what's saturating right now. Because for example, like biotech, right? Like
Yeah.
and computer science, the past 10 years that's been like super popular, and everybody's been encouraged to like take those boot camps, become a programmer, you know, learn coding. And so, yeah, everyone's getting into it, but it's also really, really saturated. So it's really
Yeah.
hard to get jobs there now too. So it just depends on the circumstance, man.
Yeah, bro, learn to code. They banned that shit on Twitter. You can't say that. You just
Yeah.
fucking, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Twitter's going through some changes,
I know,
so
right? Yo,
we'll see
Elon.
about that.
Yo,
Yeah.
Elon. That shit is so funny to me.
Yeah,
So you're really into tech as well, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Who's your favorite tech reviewer on YouTube?
it's got to be MK BHD, dude.
Really? I
Yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah,
so of course I watch the greats MKBHD. I even
yeah.
watch Unbox Therapy still. My favorite is Flossie Carter, bro.
Oh yeah.
New
So
York
wait,
City
I think you
native.
mentioned him, and I think Marine X mentioned him too. And
Yeah.
I like searched, I looked him up, and he's actually really entertaining. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
so I'm gonna pull up his Instagram right now.
Okay, for
This is
sure.
the most New York G like guy you'll ever see. And
Yeah,
he is actually really good at reviewing tech. Like his smartphone reviews, if I'm getting a new phone, I just watch it because he tells you like a regular person.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's no tech fluff in it.
Yeah.
It's
He's
just
coming
like
at you from the real, no tech specs, no like
yes.
jargon that you gotta look up to understand. Yeah, yeah.
But you can tell this dude knows what he's talking about. He's just a little bit more hood. You know, he's from New
A little
York
more
City,
street,
bro.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Check this out right here. So I'm gonna show you exactly what he looks like.
yeah. Okay.
That's Flossie Carter, bro. It's so awesome. Dude,
Yes.
it is so awesome. And he's been reviewing stuff for so long.
That's amazing.
He's over 1 million subs. He's getting into knives and stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Yo, he's a
really
G.
yo, he's
Yeah,
a
he's a G.
G, bro. Shout out to Flossie, bro. Shout out to Flossie doing podcast. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Hey,
So
man,
like,
if you're good at what you do, like that's all that needs to happen, you know? Like it doesn't matter what people think you look like you do or
yeah,
whatever. You know, you get it done.
he's really good. Even
Okay.
my girl, like when she was trying to buy an Apple Watch or like what buds to get or something, dude, the sound peats that you showed
Oh,
in one of your videos, the
yeah.
Free 2 Classic,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I'm watching Flossie, and he's like, "Yo, if you get these right now, there's a 20% coupon code on Amazon." And it
Yeah.
was $22, bro.
Yeah, it's cheap as hell. But
Yo,
honestly, like, yo, I got them right here.
yeah,
Boom.
I use them. They're
I ain't
so
even lying.
dope.
I'm using them right now.
Yeah,
Yo,
they're
they're
amazing.
pretty good. Like for $22, like
Yeah,
I mean, no complaints, right? Like my thing was I used to use these. I don't even have them near me, but the Sony like XM or XM3s, like the
the buds
WF
or
1000 XM3s. And
yeah,
sound quality is great, but my problem with that is they overstuffed it with tech to where
yeah.
like there's sound profiles, there's different things, and like when you connected it, it was a pain to connect because like it would connect both. And if I wanted to
Mhm,
use one, it did this weird
mhm.
confusing thing. It would disconnect, then reconnect one. And then like they have different sound profiles for when you're standing still, walking, running, which I
Yeah.
get. I understand why they did that. But like every time I got up to go get my coffee or get a drink of water, it would pause the music, change the profile, resume the music. So imagine if you're over here just like recording stuff in your studio, like, doing B-roll, whatever, you stand up, walk over here, do this, and then it stops. And I'm like, come on, bro, you're pulling me out of my flow here.
You know what's crazy, bro? Is your wife a creative as well or no?
She is creative. So
Yeah,
she works in biotech as well,
yeah,
and she works in customer support side. But
yeah,
she loves like making stuff, handcrafted stuff. We do like bandanas for our dogs. We did all our custom signages and stuff for our wedding. And she's like the ideation master. Like she'll come up with these
yeah.
crazy ideas and she'll bring them to me and I'll just execute. Like
That's
she,
amazing, man.
yeah, yeah.
My wife, the reason why I ask is like my wife, like Kelly, is just she doesn't understand what flow state is, bro. Like me,
Oh,
I am a flow state kind of person.
yeah.
So if I'm in it, like you have to leave me alone. Because if you
Hmm.
snap me out of I straight up have ADHD. I was on medication for a long time. I'm on absolutely nothing now. But when
Okay.
you snap me out of that state, like
Done.
it's not good. It's hard for
Yeah.
me to get back in.
Yeah.
So she doesn't understand. It drives me crazy when
Is
she's
it a
like,
guy thing?
I
Because my
don't
wife does
know.
that too. She's like, okay, we got dinner coming up. We're meeting with these people. You got 45 minutes. That's plenty of time for you to get so much done. I'm like, is it? Because like, I'll set aside like 2 hours or 3 hours to
Yeah.
like do whatever I need to do. And flow state hits and you're, banging them out. But then
Yes.
like I've noticed that anything under like the hour and a half mark or hour mark, I can get the ball rolling, but I'm not nearly as productive.
Yes. You know what it is too? Like I have a problem like getting started, but once the boulder is rolling down the hill, like it's game over. Like I'll do 3 hours. Like and she timed me, so we had to she wanted to go eat, right? I woke up early, it was like 8 a.m. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna crank out as many videos for the two clients and my own channel as I can, right? So I
Yeah.
made 12 short form videos and
Yep.
posted 8 of them ready to go on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And you would think that these 10 to 15-second clips don't like take time to make, bro. It took me
They
3
do.
hours to do that, to
Uh-huh.
prep the copy, to schedule the time to drop on Facebook,
Yep.
and then on Instagram. You got to upload it individually is what I'm
Yo,
doing.
pre-flight is a huge thing.
What is that?
Like, pre-flight is basically like it's not software or anything that makes things easier. Pre-flight is
Okay.
just what I call all that stuff you just said. Like,
Okay.
you finish editing and you upload it and you think, "Okay, I'm done. I'm pretty much done. 5 minutes
Yeah.
more and I'm good." But you gotta think of the title. You gotta think of the description. You gotta make sure all the
Yeah.
affiliate links are in place. You gotta make sure that you leave all the disclaimers there. You gotta make sure you do the end cards, the
Yeah.
the clicking cards. All that stuff takes so much time. And
It
more
does.
time than I realized, especially when you get into working with brands, because then they have their own requirements. You want to make sure, if it's an affiliate link, you get your money too, right? So
Mhm.
I've done it where like I posted a few shorts and I forget to link like the Blade Ops affiliate or whatever.
Yeah.
And then,
Shout out
like
to Blade
I'll
Ops,
miss
yo.
out. Right, exactly, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll miss out on that because I'm like, oh shit, like I featured one of their knives and then it gets 3K views and I'm like, that's opportunity missed, right? Because I
Yeah.
didn't leave the link. So it's like you gotta really think about that. It takes time.
I've found a formula that
Oh yeah.
allows you to post knives on TikTok, bro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that maybe because I just started using it maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I think it was 2 days ago, one of my videos is like an unboxing one, did like 170,000 views.
That's
And
amazing.
I was like at first because my views went down because what happens on TikTok, I was flipping them at first and I was getting these warnings and then
Yeah.
finally the account. This is my like fourth account on TikTok too.
Yeah. I
So
hear that
fine
knives don't do very well on TikTok. Like they get
now I solved the problem, bro. So
oh.
I use
Should you be
this.
saying this on air? I mean, are you
I no, it's fine. You guys can use it. It's cool. Like this social media um it's an ocean, it's not a pond or a lake,
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's enough customers for everybody, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm, mhm.
And so I use the same videos on YouTube and Instagram, but the shot where I flip it open, I just show like a static video of like a close-up of the blade or something. You
Okay.
hear the sound, so the person who's a knife person like hears it. They
And they can
understand what I'm doing on
okay.
TikTok. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he did that because he doesn't want to be banned." Before I used to put like censored for TikTok, like this like little poster I made, and
Yeah.
that didn't do well. But yeah,
Mhm.
these videos are doing well,
So
bro.
it's the
And
flip that gets it?
yeah,
The
let me
flip,
just
the
show it to you
action of
right
flipping it
now.
open?
Maybe, yeah, let me just show it to you right now. Maybe we can look at it. The audience will get it. For people just listening, just go to my TikTok. Oh, let me find this. I don't even know what's my account. The real EDCC, I think. It's my fourth one,
Real
bro.
EDC,
The
yeah.
real
No
EDCC.
joke.
All right, it's crazy. Let me do this thing. Verify to continue. All right, here we go.
So are TikTok view ratios the same as you would expect on, like, YouTube Shorts?
So here's the deal. I used to think that TikTok's views were what is that, inflated, right?
Mhm.
That was people's reasoning. Oh, these views are not real. Son, I got a video that did 1.8 million and I sold
Uh-huh.
$10,000 worth of gear in one day. So
Oh,
it's real.
gee.
It's
Okay,
fucking
so it
real,
is
dude.
it is a view
Yeah.
is a view is a view, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is pretty much my average. I try to get at least 1,000. So this one I can tell didn't do that well. It's probably the knife though. This one's
Mhm.
okay, but all of these micro texts and things. This video right here did 150, and
Mhm.
it's just this. So look right here. I'm gonna tell you which shot it is. After this shot,
Nice.
that's
Okay.
all I do. So
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
seems like I didn't change anything, and I post the same video on Instagram and YouTube too, and they get thousands on YouTube as well.
Right.
But I think that if you have EDC gear and you're not utilizing TikTok to just put this beacon page here, you're
Okay.
missing out on money, bro. I
Alright.
always
'Cause
tell my
I don't
friends
have a TikTok,
this.
and I was debating on whether it was worth it or not, but this
Definitely
looks
opening the knife, you're gonna hit like way harder. Like this is my biggest video at 1.9.
mhm.
This is the video that did all the sales. I flipped it in this one, so like people are
Okay.
like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!"
Yeah, 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 right, right. 'Cause you don't see it often, right? It falls through the cracks,
Yeah,
and you're
but
lucky, and
maybe
then you
they're supposedly changing it.
okay.
But we'll see.
To be
But
more
yeah,
lenient or more strict?
I think that you just post. You gotta post a lot though. You gotta post 4 times
Right.
a day, and I just have my beacons thing here,
Okay.
and then look at EDC is fun, son. Like look at the top. And then I just have my links like to all the Blade Up stuff or
Okay.
Knafsale, which I work with too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it freaking works, dude.
Yeah.
I tell
Okay.
people this, and there's a lot of like cool content on there. Um, and yeah, you should try it, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for
What's your
sure.
process in creating a video?
So, so it starts with first jotting down the idea. So I have a big old list of ideas of just potential things I can shoot in the future. And then I'll go into writing it. So I'll do anything from, quick bullet points and just coming up with a proper title, something interesting, to almost scripting it, depending on if I'm working with a client, if they have a lot of like requirements that need to be nailed. I want to make sure I get all the features down that I need to say out loud.
Mhm.
And then from there, I would go into shooting. So I think on the EDC collab group, we had this like brief conversation about like how long does it take
Yeah,
for us to get a video done from A to Z. But when I shoot, it takes anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours, depending on how much A roll, how much B roll, what
that's for
scenery I
one.
wanted to
Well, that's
use.
for one video, right?
One video, yeah. So one long form, one long form. So
Yeah,
shorts is different. Shorts different workflow.
yeah.
So yeah, long form like 1 to 2 hours. I'll make sure I get all my shots in, and then I'll just throw everything into Premiere Pro. I use that to edit, and I'll use proxies and all that just because of technical limitations and stuff like that. Editing will take anywhere from I think 2 to 3 hours, depending on like what I need to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's like everything from laying down like the A roll to adding the B roll in to making sure the transitions are good. Sometimes I'll do like quick cuts or like pan transitions that I'll need to link up to make sure it's seamless. I'll add like lower thirds, make sure the titling and everything is on point. and then it's rendering, and then uploading to YouTube and doing pre-flight, which we talked about that a little earlier. And I think end to end it would take around 5 to 6 hours per video.
Wow.
And that's
I
long form.
always wondered, like, because I used to script my stuff, do bullet points and stuff. And then I used to take a lot of time. I would do cinematic reviews and things.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it works for me, or I don't know if like my channel just wasn't, you know, getting traction at that time.
So when you say works for you, are you talking about you don't like it, or are you talking about it doesn't get you viewers?
No, I like it. I like creative stuff as well. Like I'm trying to, I take inspiration from a lot of the people I admire, you know, whether it's, you know, your work or Brandon's work at EDM, or Accessorize Me to me is like the fucking North Star, bro. This guy is joking around, being silly, you know, having water gun fights in his videos, just absolutely crushing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's like the North Star, is like finding my own way to do something like that I like doing, right? Yeah, it's I used to do a lot of cinematic stuff too, a lot of shots. I would take 6 hours to do video, and the traction like wasn't there for me. Like people just weren't watching it. I don't know if it's because I just didn't have good traction at the time for the channel.
How long did you do it for? Like how many videos did you make? How many long form videos did you make?
A long time. So I got into the short form game literally about 15, 16 weeks ago. And then everything else was just knife reviews, cinematic stuff. I would dress up like a ninja and like jump around and wear Iron Man gloves and go around the city. And, you know, I did a video on this knife that was like $1,000. And I want to say this was like 4 years ago, and it's called the Sander Knives Clemente. I bought it because my dad passed away a year before that, and Clemente is his name. And it was like,
oh wow,
and it was like an Italian knife company. How did my dad have the same name as his knife? So I made like a whole vlog style. Dude, the first line of the video is, some people say you don't become a man until your father dies. That's the first line, bro. So it's deep, piano in the background.
Damn.
It's raining in the city. I'm walking around doing shitty B-roll with my phone. You know, I'm in Grand Central Station. Like there's soldiers and stuff like there. And you know, I got my foot in the door, I guess, with those videos, because some of the bigger guys in the knife community were like, holy shit, this guy's doing really different stuff. Because there was no Brandon, there was none of these guys doing knife videos that way then. But I wasn't getting traction in terms of views. You know what I mean? I think that's why I don't do long form that much. And if I do, maybe I'll go back to it though, man. I get inspired when I watch you guys, and I'm just like, fuck, I want to do that.
Hey, if you want to do it, do it. It doesn't have to be the only thing you do. And short form is like your bread and butter. And you've got that nailed down to a T. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're already doing that, budget a small portion of your time to make long form. It makes you happy.
Did you always have that skill set, like learning how to edit? How did you just learn it off YouTube?
YouTube,
or like...
bro. YouTube, Peter McKinnon and Matty Apoya have been the two people that I probably should credit my entire YouTube journey to. Because if I didn't read their tutorial videos, watch them, and learn from them, I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing with editing. Like, I think it's like the gearhead part of me, where I was just like I said earlier, it's just like, once I get into something, I need to do all the research, figure out all the tricks that I need to learn in order to get to my goal, right? And so it was just a lot of watching on YouTube, learning the software itself, and then just getting better in front of the camera too. Like the personality is a big part of it. Because like you'll hear like everybody on YouTube say, you know, yeah, you can shoot on a shitty camera. You might not know how to edit, do all this stuff. You'll pick up all those skills later. But the biggest and most important thing is you develop that personality in front of the camera. Like, who do you want to put? Like, not even who do you want to portray? Like, you're just developing yourself and how you talk and speak in front of the audience, the camera, stuff like that. And as you hone in on that, everything else will follow.
I think that's what I focused on for maybe 3 years. I think this podcast is almost 2 years old. So I discovered podcasts like around then, and I was just like crushing episodes, bro. I was watching Joe Rogan, The Fighter and the Kid, all the comedians' podcasts. And I was
comedians
like,
are huge.
They're the best speakers in the world, bro.
Exactly. And they're so natural and genuine. Like, I think a big part of my personality came from just listening to comedians, man.
Yes. Yeah. So like what I did was just consumed a lot of those podcasts and applied, like, you know, some of the same things, in my own, right, where I would just be completely upfront, real,
Yeah.
embarrassing, self-deprecating.
Yeah.
I try to be as open as possible.
Mhm.
And I think that's where I got this speaking style from. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
super shy before I watched, like, you said the first video you
Me
made
too,
is
man.
super
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched it
Awkward,
first.
right?
Bro, I can't even, like, I'm going through the specs, like, what am I doing right now? Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing, bro?
Yeah, I think in one of my previous live streams, I, like, posted up my first or I, like, put my first video on the screen, I was watching it, and I couldn't even, like, look. I was just
You wanna
listening, I was
watch it right
like,
now?
"Oh, no." It's bad, dude.
Oh, man, dude.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
it's
what it takes, though, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta
yeah,
start somewhere, and everyone's gonna have, like, a really nasty critique on what they did 100 videos before, just because, like, that was 100 videos of experience you didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, if we did this podcast a year ago, I'll be over there in the corner like, "Yeah, hi,
Yeah.
hi."
Somebody commented on episode 2, and we're like, "Damn, bro, the channel has evolved."
I'm telling you, man, it's fluid.
Dude,
It's
we got
definitely
Chris Evans
fluid.
in the back now, bro. Captain America. One of one of our review. I just saw it when I was laughing.
Special guest, that's the real
Yeah.
special guest right there, man.
My girl loves Captain America, and one of
Oh,
our
man.
homies sent in like Chris Evans' pillow.
Yeah, yep,
That's
yep.
so funny. What's your main gig actually? Like, does it tie into what you're doing, like with YouTube?
So I worked with my family business for a long time. So my dad, so I have a typical like Asian immigrant story. Like my parents
Yeah,
were, they immigrated and in search of better opportunities, and he opened up a family business in food and drink.
yeah,
And I ended up going to school. I owe my life to them. Like they gave me all the opportunities I needed to kind of set foot into this world. High school, college, and then ended up coming back for more education and helping them with their business for like 8 years. And then just this past July, I decided that like I needed to step away. I needed to grow in a different way. And that's why I decided to go full time content creation and YouTube
yeah.
as well. So I think from a main gig perspective, it's not really relevant, although it was running a small business. So from the business aspect of YouTube and content creation and seeking partnerships and stuff like that, I think it was a lot of hands-on practical experience
I
just because
totally get the Asian immigrant mentality
oh,
too, because
dude.
my mom did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
She came from the Philippines and basically started from the bottom. My mom's lucky because she's only had 2 bosses here her whole life.
Wow.
They're both multimillionaires. She was the executive assistant and was,
Yeah.
like crushing it with money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
amazing.
Not like a lot of money at first, but she was lucky to flow from these 2 jobs. But dude, like announcing to your Asian family that you want to go with the creative route is fucking hard, right?
I was when I gave him a 6-month notice.
Oh
I was
shit.
like, "Yo, like I think I got to do this. I'm gonna still work for you for 6 months." Like
Yeah,
it's not a 2 week, it's a 6 month.
yeah,
And then I was fully prepared to be disowned. I was fully
yeah.
prepared. I was like, "Yo, this might be the last time we speak for a while." But, I
Damn.
think, like, at the end of the day, family is everything. Family is very
Yeah.
important. But I think, like, at the same time, though, we live in a different generation. I
Yes.
won't discount family values and the need to support your family and help them through whatever they're going through to survive. But our parents came here to survive and to create opportunities for their children, us, right? And so my mindset is like it makes sense for us to help them, with whatever their goals are. But at the same time, they came to give us a better life than they were living. So if we in turn just do the same thing they do, then it would be a waste. You
I
know what I
feel
mean?
you.
Because
I
then,
feel
like, for
you.
example, for me, like I was jaded because I was like, I gotta get a degree, I gotta get a proper job and make proper money and like creativity and the creative route. It wasn't in the cards for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that it's 2022, like things have changed so much. There's different ways of doing business, there's different ways to make money. So many different ways to make money, you know?
So many different ways.
Yeah, and like, just posting simple videos on making knives and it'll net you 6 figures, right? Like that was
Y
unbelievable a
Bro.
decade ago or 2 decades ago, right? So for
Mhm.
me, like it was just time and I have a little one, she's 18 months old, And for me, like, I think about it in her perspective. Like, if she were to grow up and say, you know, like, Dad, what should I do, you know, as a career? I'd want her to do bigger and better than me. I wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
come work for me, you know, like help make money for the family, you know, like I'll support you. Like, I'll do that till the day I die. But
Yeah.
like, I want her to pursue what she finds fulfilling and what she wants to do and
Yeah.
do bigger and better than me. Cause that's the whole reason why I'm here, man. You know?
Facts, bro. You know, my mom is very old school.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's 72 right now. I don't know if I got that wrong, but
Damn,
she
for
had
sure.
she had 4 kids, bro, and
Yeah.
all her kids are in creative endeavors, like every single one.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
My
amazing.
oldest brother he's been on American Ninja Warrior like so many times. He's
Really?
fucking jacked, bro. He's
That's
49 years
amazing.
old, shredded.
That's amazing.
I'm bigger than them now, but in
Okay.
terms of like body fat percentage and like just straight ripped, he's doing that. My other
Yeah.
brother, he owns a campsite upstate and like is an entrepreneur. Third
Nice.
oldest brother is like a filmmaker in the Philippines, like. And then me, I got into this thing later.
Yeah.
But it's funny because my mom always wanted us to be like fucking doctors or lawyers or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
nurses, bro,
Architects.
Filipino
Yeah.
nurses, bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Joe Coy
right.
and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I feel like your birth certificate says like future RN. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true, man. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
for real. No,
I know
but I
you
mean, I
like
totally get it. It's
I know you
amazing.
like backpacks and slings, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite backpack?
So for me right now, I would say the two most favorite backpacks that I have is the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21 liter.
And Urban Assault. Okay, 21 liter.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, dude.
That was the first major backpack for me on this like YouTube journey that was just like,
Is
holy damn,
this
like this
it
fits
right here?
this fits everything I need it to fit.
Is it
It
this?
has a unique closure. It's got super padded straps.
Is it this?
And yes, that's the one.
Okay.
And you know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but I've just found that it fits into my like loadout super well and it meshes with my workflow really well. Like I like that
Wow.
you can open the top as a backpack, but you can also open that middle zipper and it'll be like an open flat duffel. And it's so versatile to me.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, and it comes in a lot of finishes too, lots of like modifications. They've done several collaborations with Carryology that I've tried to get in on, but they've sold out like in seconds and I couldn't. Like, it's just part of the game. But
I'm really
yeah,
into bags actually as well. I
you are
just yeah, but
nice.
it's like again, I don't get super into it because of these freaking limitations I have in NYC. You know, like I
Yeah.
want to get into, you know, so I'm just trying to carry like something that's gonna be easy, something that's gonna be kind of like a little more budget friendly. But I've been known to spend money on bags too. Like I
Mhm.
got into how about a sling bag? What's your favorite
A
sling?
sling, I would say the Air Go Sling 2.
The Ghost Sling. So I have the Air Day Sling too that I
Okay,
really
it's
liked, and
bigger.
then
Yeah.
Kelly uses it now.
Mhm.
Hold on, the Air Ghost Sling, right?
Go Sling 2. Yeah, they just released it. It's like
Oh
part of their
shit, dude.
travel collection, I believe, and it's just like
Oh wait,
actually
hold
I
on.
think
I
it's
gotta
mobile
go
version, but
here.
it's just
Is
super packable. It's
oh
1
here it
liter,
is.
1 point. Yeah, it's
Ah,
about 1 liter, and
nice.
it'll fit just your essentials and nothing more, which is exactly what I need it for. You know, like if I'm carrying a sling, I'm not trying to overstuff it. Otherwise, I carry a backpack.
Okay,
So
word.
you
So
know,
this is like date day or something, or like
so I'm not seeing it on your
oh
screen
you're
right now. You
oh
might be
wait, you're not?
not right now. The last thing I saw was
How
the
about this? You see
Mystery
this?
Ranch. Nah, it's the same Mystery Ranch.
What? Hold on a
Yo.
second. You can't see it, bro?
Nah.
Are you using OBS?
No, no, this is just straight raw feed.
From what? Like a computer?
I'm using Camlink.
I don't know why you're not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't can you see me?
I can see you, yeah.
It's so
I
weird.
saw the Mystery Ranch too. The Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21
All right,
liter
let
and
me
its
do
Google
this.
search results.
I'm gonna show it again right now.
Okay, for sure.
Bam. Let's see. You see this?
I see. Yes, there you go.
Okay. All right.
What was it? What was it?
I just had to reshare. I think I was showing the wrong thing.
Okay, for sure.
This is
Yeah,
dope. I
so
like Air.
mm-hmm. It's really
Yeah.
lightweight, man. And it's like it's like really expertly designed for the small form factor that it is. Like there's a lot of features packed into that small footprint that I really love. Like magnetic clasp. It's got a lot of internal organization that you wouldn't find in a typical like sub 1 liter capacity bag.
Yeah.
Like it's got a main
That's
divider, it's got
important,
2
yo.
match pockets, a zip pocket. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
That's
And then
important, yo.
it's a durable. Yeah, it is important, you know?
I like the quality of like air a lot. I
Yeah.
have the I use this other one right now. There's no organization in it, bro. But I like
Which
I just
honestly has its benefits.
I
You
just
could spin it.
love this freaking like belt buckle.
Oh, Chrome
You know what I'm
Industries,
talking,
yeah.
bro. Whenever I take that off at the restaurant, bro, I'm on date. They're like, "Yo, what is that? What is that?"
So you wore that for the clout, right? For the
Maybe a
conversation
little bit.
starting.
No, so I went through a bunch of different slings, and I was
Okay.
just like, I don't know which one to get. You know, I bought like the cheap ones off of Amazon to see
Yep.
what the difference in quality is, and I'm like, okay, the difference is huge. Like the
It's
gap is
material,
huge,
construction,
bro.
quality. Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
zippers are a big thing too.
Mm-hmm.
It looks the same from the picture, but as soon
Yeah.
as you get it in your hands, it's world of difference.
Yep. Moorlander told me to check out like alpaca
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
check them out too. But
For
yeah,
sure.
dude, there was like 3 weeks straight where I just watched nothing but sling bag reviews, and like, yeah, I'm super into that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what is so like? So those are the companies you suggest the audience to check out would be Air and Mystery Ranch, right?
Yeah, and then, one more thing that is, a good travel backpack because I kinda, like I take routine trips down to, like, other parts of the state and then sometimes out of
Yeah.
state as well,
Where are you, by
is
the way?
I'm in California.
Oh,
So,
okay, cool, cool,
I'm in
cool.
Northern California Bay Area,
Yep.
but, I often go to Southern California because I got family down there,
Yeah.
and then, I always try to take at least 1 or 2 trips a year just to kinda get out and see the world kinda thing. And in those instances, I try not to use a suitcase just because, like, you know, I find that they're very clunky. And being an EDC head, like, of course, I'm gonna kit my gear out, right? So, I like travel backpacks, and the two that I'm really looking into are the Able Carry Max and the Alpaca Elements Travel. That's on Kickstarter right now.
What's it called?
So the first is Able Carry
Able
Max.
Carry Max.
So that's like a really like feature rich 30-liter travel backpack that opens like clamshell style, so you can lay it flat as you're packing, unpacking, and there's a lot of volume in there to work with.
Oh, this looks, bro. This looks fire right
Yeah.
here.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
got everything you need in a daily backpack, like laptop sleeves and organization,
Damn.
but there's added features that'll optimize your travel.
This
So,
looks really dope.
yeah, for sure. And then the
Yeah.
second one, you mentioned Alpaca. It's the
Yeah.
Alpaca Elements Travel backpack.
Alpaca
And that's
Elements.
yeah, Elements Travel. So that's on Kickstarter right now, actually.
I'm gonna
They
look
sent
it
me
up.
a sample, I think like a month
Damn.
ago,
My homie
and this
big
one's
time.
35 liters. It's a little bigger, but it's so that's the daily backpack. You gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's like
Elements.
a Kickstarter. Just
Okay. I'm gonna go like this. Give me
yeah.
1 second. Kickstarter.
Hmm. There you go.
Oh,
Just
where is it?
download
That's
it
right
right
here.
there.
This one.
That's the one. That's the one.
Damn. Oh, damn. Their stuff looks great, bro.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about Alpaca. They're very like aesthetic in their design. Like
Oh,
they'll
this
consider,
looks
you know, practical
awesome.
uses and then they'll marry that with a good aesthetic.
Damn, this quality looks crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice, man.
Mhm. Mhm.
God, I could do this all day. I love bags. It's just like
Nice.
Brandon
Good
from
to hear it, bro,
BDM.
especially from a knife creator. You know what I mean? Like I thought you're all about just knives, so it's
Nah, I love
refreshing.
knives. I love you know, I get into torches and wallets and all that stuff too.
Yep.
It's
Of
just,
course.
you know, I have to kind of live within the parameters of the city and shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Do you
you know,
travel a lot
uh I I
or
would
try
say
to?
like maybe once or twice a year.
Mhm.
You know, like my wife, I am, you know, since you get it, we were talking about flow state. Like I'm terrible at taking breaks, bro. This terrible.
Yeah.
And my wife makes me go on vacation. Like
Yeah.
we've gone to Hawaii, which is like amazing. I've been there
Yeah.
twice already.
Yeah. I'm
You
going like in a week.
it's so nice, man.
Yeah.
Where do you stay usually there?
So I've only been there like once before.
Yeah,
So I went to the main island when I was like 11. So I don't really
yeah,
remember or count that. I went to Kauai a few years
yeah.
ago as our honeymoon with my wife. and then this time we're going to Maui.
Nice. I've
Yeah,
never been to Maui.
me
I
neither.
we always stay in Oahu because we're
Okay.
like just want to be like almost New York, but not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Still urban, but with like a beach in the
Yeah,
back.
exactly. It's like, yo, you want to go to the beach today? Yeah. And we stayed there for like 2 weeks, and
Oh, nice.
that was a honeymoon. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
pretty awesome. I have a buddy there who is like mad into crypto. It has this huge house, bro. Like this
Okay.
house got to be 10 milli or something. And the
Sheesh.
first time we went there, we stayed there, and it looks like an island house with like its own like private beach.
Okay. Like a
But
villa
the
estate.
second time I stayed at the Wyndham Hotel because my mom is timeshare, so I'm just like I'm gonna
Okay,
use that
nice.
shit. You know what I'm
Yeah, why
saying?
not? Yeah, that's a no-brainer right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep going down here
Yeah, no worries.
with did you notice there's a shorts tab now in fucking
Yeah,
YouTube, bro?
YouTube is
Right?
is really catering to shorts now. They made a lot of changes.
Mhm.
You know that you can monetize shorts soon?
Yes, in January 1, from what
Yep,
I've heard. So
yep.
hopefully I will
So
make
that'll
more
be
than
good.
$15.
$15? Where are you getting
Yeah.
those $15? I'm not making anything.
But I'm using shorts for reach right now.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get more reach. And it's funny because the two clients that I have like came from shorts. Like they want short form
Oh.
content. So it was crazy.
You know what's
Because
crazy? I have the opposite problem.
yeah, they
Like,
want
I'm
long
trying to
form.
get my long form clients sold
Yeah,
on shorts because, like, it's the new wave. You're gonna get so much more reach, and they don't understand that. They're thinking it's
yeah,
a shorter video, so I'm gonna get less views. And
yeah.
so they're not they're trying to figure out the value there, the value added there.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense for them because they're like, I'm paying this for a long
Hmm.
form video, but now I'm paying this for 30 seconds. And they're like, I'm not gonna do that. And so
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell them that shorts are getting like 4x, 5x views in the same
it's
time frame,
insane.
right?
Well,
And
yeah.
like they don't understand. But I think that's where the business side comes in, right? Like as creators, we're bridging the gap between their product and our audience. And so we
Yeah.
have to make sure that it's relevant. We have to make sure our audience like really does truly enjoy it, and when we're not just doing it for money because that never works out either
Hmm.
way. And we have to convey like the value of different platforms, right? Long form, short form, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I have whenever. Well, I've been talking to this one brand because I do a show with them, and my contact there, I would just be like, bro, my shit's going crazy. Like I have like 700K views, and my channel was
Yeah.
only like 4,000 subs at times.
Yeah.
Getting 700K is wild, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
my TikTok's going viral.
Mhm.
Instagram's like 30K, accounts reached a month, and I have like 4,000 followers. So there, it was like I was kind of like feeding the lion or whatever, like
Yeah.
the steaks and shit, and
Yeah.
eventually they were like, yo, we're just gonna link up with you and have you do the same thing for us, you know, which is pretty crazy. Like doing 4 videos a day for a client for 30 days is pretty fucking crazy.
That's a
Yeah,
marathon, man.
yeah. But
That's
I'm
wild.
I'm good at this, like making the short stuff, so I'm not super like I'm not burnt out yet. We'll see. All
Well, good
right.
thing your wife is there to reel you in with, the reminders to
Oh
take
yeah,
breaks,
dude.
go on vacation, because you need that. Like,
Yes.
eventually burnout's gonna happen no matter how good you are, no matter how dialed in you are. Flow state's gonna run out because you're gonna be tanked. You're gonna
All
need to
the
recharge.
chemicals in your brain are gone. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Yep.
You know what, dude? I could talk to you forever. I can tell. So let's get to the sharp or dull segment, which
For
is
sure, let's
like
do it.
I tried to get knives as minimal as possible. That's pretty hard.
I appreciate it, I appreciate it.
Yeah, with Moorlander, it was pretty easy because I just had to type in like that it was a slip joint because it's UK illegal. But it's like I'm like,
He
is
has
this
his
minimal?
preferences.
Is this not? Because I'm
Yeah,
like, all right, all right. But anyway, we're gonna go
okay.
through them no matter what. So sharp means good, or
Mhm,
dull being bad. All
m'kay.
right. And the things that I like to look at is like price range, like things like that, and if it's just gonna fit in a minimal type thing.
Sure.
So and also like I didn't vet these knives very
Okay.
well. I just
That's cool,
go
man.
to the thing, and I just pick maybe some things that'll spark some conversation.
Okay. All right.
So the
Straight up, I gotta disclaim that I'm a knife beginner. I'm
yeah,
just learning the chops, and
yeah,
so take all of my opinions with a chunk of salt.
Dude, not even a grain of chunk, bro.
No. We're
No,
talking
it's
grain.
all good. And, we want to get a view from the, like minimalist like view. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So we're looking at $120 knife. And this steel is just okay.
Okay.
And you have
so
like
Bowler makes M390 as well.
yes, but K110 is more of like a budget steel, I would say. I find it on some of the budget knives that I've gotten.
Okay.
And but you do have micarta and
Yeah.
titanium as well. So
Okay.
that's what you're paying for.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is manufactured in China. So
Yep.
$120. Is it
Dull.
minimal enough, bro?
Nope. It's 4.5. It's 4.5 inches, man.
That's true. I didn't see. Remember, I did not look at
if this was life size, if this was 1-to-1, perfect. But it's 4.5 inches long, man. No, but I mean, it looks cool. I think micarta is hit or miss with people because, like, in terms of like from a performance issue, it's similar to like G10.
Yeah.
I think micarta is the grandfather of G10, right? Like it came from that as like a derivative. But I think like you're either a super sleek, clean, all titanium, like super smooth stuff, or you like more like gritty, textured stuff like micarta, G10, things like that. So it's hit or miss. I'd say dull for me.
How about like, all right, so since we're gonna do that, let's do Pena X series then. All right.
Okay.
Because
All right.
Pena X series is really, really sleek,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
So you're looking at this 199. This is small, 2.9-inch blade.
Okay.
You have micarta with
It's
titanium
legal
bolster.
for me.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I try to carry 3.5 or below because New York is 4-inch and below.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, it's kind of like a mix.
Is it a slip joint?
No, it's a front flipper. So
Okay,
you're gonna have to flip from the top right there.
You know what? I like it.
Yeah. I
like
figured
it.
you would when I was thinking about the micarta titanium thing.
Yeah.
I really like the series. It's the Pena X series. This is the sway back one. I've never tried this one, but I tried a bunch of them, and they literally feel like the same knife with just different blades on top. That's how I feel about them. They are really nice, though.
It's reminiscent of the Opinel knife.
Yes, yeah, the Opinel. Yeah, I could see that. I could see where
Yeah.
you would think that. Yeah.
I would. Sharp, man.
There you
That's
go.
clean. And I like the black micarta, and it's not like all the way up to like the handle. It's partial, so it's like it's like it was like dipped in micarta, which
it's like you're getting some ruggedness with some modern feel to it.
That's sleek. If you didn't know already, I prefer the sleek all matte black look.
Yeah,
and this is right up my alley for sure. I'd say sharp.
Nice. All right, we're gonna go to the next one here, man. All of these are gonna be dull, bro.
You're already getting a feel for what I would.
Yeah, because definitely this knife that we're looking at right now, the sway back from Pena X series, is not like the other knives on this list.
Hey, all good, man. All good.
This is yellow. It's small though. It's 2.2. Okay. So you like things full tie, grayed out, or blacked out, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have moments like, for example, like I have this Rive Knives Rogue Mini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's got.
How about this one? Look, it's the same one.
Yeah.
But it's tie.
Okay.
And it's has a little bit of edge to it though. But it is 2.25-inch blade length. You have titanium S35EN blade, which is it's kind of the steel that you see it, and it's like pretty much standard now in a knife of this price range is what you want. And it's by Kaiser.
Yep.
What do you think? Like sharp or dull?
So I haven't ever handled a Kaiser knife.
Yeah.
But
they're good.
From the first glance of it, I think sharp. Because it's like it has, certain industrial features to it that I like.
Yeah.
And you could say that it's a bit too much with the gripping and all that. So that's the only thing I would be like about. But in terms of the overall shape, like I give it a shot.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I wish they left this alone.
Yeah, if that was just smooth, easier decision for me.
How do you feel about these like lanyard holdings in the back? Would you prefer that it wasn't there?
I do.
Or do you put lanyards on?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so here I got this one right here. This one has.
Nice. Is that the banter or the?
Yeah, it's the baby. It's a baby.
Oh, the baby. Yeah, I have the lander here.
Oh, that's what I wanted to look
nice.
at.
It's cute. Dude, it's cute as shit.
Is it
It's
dope?
cool.
Okay.
It's $58 and
Yeah.
D2 Blade Seal G10, but it
Mhm.
fits that kind of minimalist thing. It's non-threatening.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I made a
Sure.
video on it. Ben, hit me up and he
Nice.
was
For
because
sure.
I said this knife is made by that guy, and I said
Yeah.
yes, that guy, and then I put a
I
clip
am
of
that
Ben
guy.
like doing stuff,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Yes, that guy. I love it." He just hit me up.
Nice.
I had him on here. I had him on this podcast
Okay, for
before.
sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
really nice guy. All
Yeah.
right, let's go to the next thing here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Damn, this I already know, bro. This is like I didn't think of this. I should have sticked with full tie, but I didn't. So this
Your
is
mistake.
from QSP. This is the Otter. Let's see how 2.75 inch. So I try to let's see if there's a full tie one, right?
Okay.
Maybe that'll make it better. Oh, these are all what is this? Copper foil, that's what it's
Yeah.
called. I guess this one would be the least loudest.
Mm.
Dull. You're going dull, right?
I'm gonna go dull. So here's the thing.
Okay.
I do like the carbon fiber copper tie-ins, and I've
Yeah.
seen it done in different patterns. Like this one is like kind of a wavy topo looking kind, but
Yes.
then like there's other ones where it's like, like shattered, where it's
Yes.
just like sprinkled on into the resin as it's made. So
Yeah.
I do like that pattern better. If it's like
I
subtle
can see.
copper, you know what I mean? If it's like
I can see
if it's
that.
predominantly carbon fiber and it has little flecks of copper, I'd be down for that.
Cool. So
But
we're
this is a
gonna
bit too
go
loud for
dull
me.
on
Yeah,
this one,
dull, yeah.
right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I like QSP too, but sometimes. All right, this one is full tie. This
Okay.
one is full tie right here. This is the
It's fun.
Kaiser Beglighter. This is the full tie version. Definitely
Oh.
has some edge to it. Okay,
Yeah,
it's got a
yeah.
pop of color in the middle.
Yeah.
It's big though. It's
Yeah, yeah,
3.65.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I think I like the look, and
Yeah.
it's got that little tiny bit of color in the pivot, so that's nice. I I would say sharp if I lived in a different state.
Yeah, I go sharp on this one. This is a
Yeah.
time tested model, and
Yeah,
I've
no, that's
had other
clean.
versions. I've never had the tie one though, but I'd say $169 S35 VN, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
full
that's not bad at all.
titanium. I know this has good action on it too. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
sharp on that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um,
Real quick, did you check out the, Pete's Pirate Life knife?
the fixed blade.
Yeah,
I want to look that up if they have it
for
here.
sure. I don't know if it's gonna be on, Blade HQ. They just did, like, a drop on their specific website
Okay.
for it.
All right, let's Google that.
Yeah.
Pete's Pirate
Knife.
Life. Oh, knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was like $250. It was a fixed blade, a little on the smaller side, and I think the biggest
So good.
debate that I know it looks amazing, and the packaging is on point. It came with like a limited edition coin for all you pocket art
Wait, it's
nerds.
Pete's Pirate Knife?
Yeah, yes, yeah. So Pete's Pirate
Let's see
knife.
if it's in
Yeah,
here.
I don't know if it's here because it's already
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's see if
the
we can
biggest
see it
debate that
in
I saw in the
images.
comments was that you're paying $250 for like an S35 yen steel fixed blade, and so
I
I think there's
mean,
it. But then
you're
like
paying
it's
for
so
the
beautiful.
brand for sure. It's this one,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
That's the one. That's the one. Yep.
I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I saw Brandon have a video on it,
yeah,
and
yeah. He's covering that knife for sure.
I like it, man.
And the
What?
coin, I mean, it's very on brand with what he's trying to
Yes.
do. Like
Yep.
pirate themed EDC. It's very rugged. It's got that black micarta, and it full tang, of course.
I
And then
would probably like it. I mean, shit, if I could test it out, I would. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I like it, man. I'm
this
going
was one of
sharp on
those that
that.
sold out in like minutes. I
I
think I
mean,
think it
come
sold out in
on.
like 2 minutes. Yeah,
How many subs does Peter McKinnon have on YouTube right now?
it's
Like,
like 5.5 million.
yeah, I
And shit.
mean,
Yeah.
that's actually something that I've been thinking about, and I tell my wife, but she's just like doesn't understand. Is like, these big legacy brands are gonna lose eventually
Oh yeah.
because these disruptors like Mr. Beast and these people that just have giant followings, like Logan Paul, for example, they're just crushing the drink game.
Yeah.
Like he released Prime and then is just like valued
Yeah.
at so much money
Like
immediately.
automatic buy-in. You don't
Yeah.
even have to think about it. You're just like,
Hmm.
oh, it's endorsed by this guy. I'm getting it.
Yeah. And then you have like Mr. Beast, who's like he looks for people to buy the Feastables, like that's his
Yeah.
I think his chocolate bar brand or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then he'll just look for people that buy it in Walmart and just give them 10 grand. So it's
Yep.
like, you know what I mean?
It's wild, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's do this one. This is definitely like minimalist. This is a Boker Plus Urban Trapper.
Okay.
Let's look for a different one though. Let's do Urban Trapper and see if I could find one.
Yeah, the silhouette's dope.
Yeah, the silhouette is definitely
Yeah.
minimal.
It would just have to be a
Trying to look
different handle
for.
for sure.
I have a CF one right here. And there is a what is this? G10 liner lock. I'm trying to look for a full tie one that's like not crazy like this. You see what you know what I mean?
Like maximize for minimal weight.
Yeah, low drag, like air, aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic.
Bro. Oh, this is like marbled carbon fiber. That's kind of cool.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
let's look at that one. And it's $100, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a VG10 blade steel is definitely budget steel.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the silhouette, this is minimal, right?
Yeah, no, that's clean.
Oh, that
for sure
does not look
it's got
good
a.
to me, though.
I mean, I know you don't use pocket clips, but
no, yeah, I would just take it off if it was mine.
No, that's clean. I'd go sharp.
I'm go sharp on it. I've never tried it. I've always wanted to. This is a pretty old model, but I'll go sharp on it as well. All right, let's.
I mean, classics never die, kind of thing.
Let's look for one last one right here. I'm gonna go for. All right, we'll do this one. So this is the only Spyderco model. Oh, this is too big, right? Okay. Let's look for like a different color though. Okay.
You can.
You ever had a Spyderco or never?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Para 3.
I'm trying to look for something smaller. What is the smaller version of the Endura? It's like
3.7. No, it's 3.5.
Here, this is a Andela 3.5 right here. I can't find. They don't have this in Thai. All right, we'll do the black one then. This one's 3.5. What's the blade length restriction in California?
It's 3 inches.
Damn, really? Oh my god, bro, that's crazy.
You're almost better off just using your finger.
Oh my god. In New York City, it's 4 inch and below, but it's like kind of touch and go if you do get stopped. Like you have to have a good reason.
Yeah.
And my friend works with the MTA. Shout out to Fox. He was like, you're actually not supposed to have knives like on the platform or on the train like at all. Like that's the thing. People do it, and New York City has a lot of gray area. They'll let you get away with a lot of things. Like you get stopped and frisked, and like you have this. They know what the city is, But at the same time, like the smaller the blade length, the better it is probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think about this one, man?
I'm gonna go dull.
Okay.
It's just like I like the overall. It's all right. I just don't like how it like dips really high on the top of that blade.
So you don't like this Warncliffe style?
Nah.
Like blade shape.
I feel like Warncliffe has to be done right.
Yeah.
It's like this one, it has like the blade edge is like just straight.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was more curved, like the Urban
so like a sheep's foot kind of blade shape. It's kind of like this, but it'll have a little bit more.
Yeah,
some
because
kind
this
of belly.
one, I won't lie. The first thing I think of when I see this blade is a toucan.
Yeah, so I've said this before. When I first got into the knife community, I was like, see, Spydercos just remind me of Duck Hunt, on Nintendo. And it's like they're just ducks, like all of them.
But the eye,
and it's just a duck. So I like them. I've grown to like them now because they are very utilitarian. And I used to work in shipping, and they were like awesome for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
and it's very easy, like action. You know what I mean? Like if you can get the flick down, super easy. But yeah, I would rock the Para 3 all day.
Okay, that's actually So I don't have a Para 3. I have a Para 3 lightweight, which really limits like any type of discussion with brands that want to send me scales for it, because it's a different thing. They're always like, yo, you want to try these scales? And I'm like, what Spydercos do you have? And I think as a knife content creator, you need to have a Spyderco PM2, Para 3 regular, and now the paramilitary too, because the brands that are going to try to send you shit are all for those classic legacy models, man. So
I mean, it makes sense because like it's the most popular, and they're most likely to sell accessories and scales for those knives models.
Facts. Bro, thank you so much for doing the show. It's an absolute pleasure. And we just literally, I said that like a Fabi Asian, I said pressure, but
you almost stuck the landing, man.
I know,
you were on the outro,
like, damn.
Bro. Come on.
No, it was absolutely awesome though, and I love doing this. And we could, definitely gonna link up again. I'm gonna link all of your.
Ray.
I'm gonna drop all your links in the description, of course. And everyone follow Ron Kwok, IG, YouTube.
I appreciate it.
Soon to be TikTok, bro. This is your boy Ray and Ron Kwok and the Everyday City Carry saying peace. Yo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so we can squad up in the comments.